Wherever you might be in the world and you're watching this video, it might have come across your path once or twice where you've thought, why don't I start my own business? Why don't I take the risk and turn my passion into a money-making enterprise of some kind? And of course, at the same time, you may be grappling with the fact that you have a job and you're wondering, are you an entrepreneur or are you an employee? And that's exactly what this video is going to talk about. And mainly, the key thing for me is to ask which role is actually right for you. And essentially, two roads diverge in a wood, as Robert Frost would say. And as we read through and really research and talk to people who are in this predicament, they talk about comfort. They talk about stability. They talk about the fact that they're able to predict many, many things when they have a job. However, that may not be for everyone. And so there are another group of people who actually like to stay moving. They like to take risks. And this is where entrepreneurs really, really come in. They are thinking about their work, not just in terms of comfort, but in terms of risk. And that's really where the difference between entrepreneurs and employees. So let's talk a little bit about the three levels of what a job actually is, okay? So we think about a job as something you do for money, all right? A career is something you do for power and security, and a vocation is something you feel called to do. So I see myself as a teacher, and that's my vocation. That's what I've been called to do. And in many ways, I've turned that into a career for myself. And there are times, however, where teaching is actually a job for me. Sometimes I don't feel that love for it, and it feels like something I'm just doing, right? And so that's sometimes how a person can feel. But generally, these are the three levels when you're thinking about work. And for many people, they're wondering, what are the pros and cons of being an employee, right? So if you're an employee, the pros are definitely that you have something to do. You're not necessarily focusing on selling your product, as an entrepreneur often has to focus on the selling. You're focusing on the doing. You're thinking more about your work-life balance. All right. This obviously isn't something that is a golden rule. Many jobs do have difficulty in establishing that balance, but you may have more control over your balance, your work-life balance. Your salary is often predictable in a job, and you're able to build a consistent track record in your job and actually develop a resume that may be attractive to an employer. However, the cons of this is that you often don't control your destiny. Often you have someone else controlling your work hours, what you do, and how you do it. They may even change your job, your specifications without your control. And you may feel that you are not actually being paid what you are worth. And so that's really what it comes down to. Entrepreneurs, on the other hand, have a different set of pros and cons. So the pros is they have greater control of their schedules. They have greater control over the work that they do and the products that they produce. Therefore, they often feel more excited about the things that they do and they have greater flexibility. However, as we've said, the risk is incredibly high. They also have the work hours, they work the whole day as opposed to a 9 to 5 schedule. And the salary, the regular salary, is not as predictable as before. And so this is something to really, really consider if you're thinking of becoming an entrepreneur of any kind. So, which one is for you? As Robert Frost said, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. This video has not aimed to slant you in any which direction. I've tried to give you a balanced view of entrepreneurship and employment. Whichever one is good for you, that's what feels right. And often people are a hybrid of both. I have a day job and I run my own business, and I've managed to find a balance. So sometimes that's the middle ground that I've been able to take. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you are interested, please take a look at my other videos and tell me what you think.